Hello everyone, this is Robin van Nooy. I'm chairing the newly established Early Career Professional group, and in the upcoming presentation I would like to discuss the mission, vision and goals of our group. And together with my colleagues, after that we'll discuss several ways in how to get involved in the Cochrane community and actively contribute to our communal mission. The mission of our group is twofold, and as I said before, we just started with our group, and now we're trying to set up a platform in which we provide our members and those interested in the output of our group. We want to provide them opportunities to enhance their knowledge, skills, and expertise by providing a platform for international networking with other Cochrane members. The other mission of our group is to allow the members to develop their leadership skills and encourage active involvement of the early career professional members in shaping the mission and vision of the Cochrane community. This mission we would like to achieve by four different objectives. One of them is international networking. We want to provide a platform for the members to exchange knowledge, experiences, and ideas, and promote interaction and improve possibilities for research collaborations, both within our group and within the community. And secondly, we want to provide a platform to represent our trainees by actively collaborating with the bigger Cochrane community, and allowing our members to shape the mission and the vision of the Cochrane community as a whole. Besides that, we're also interested in the patient involvement in both projects and research, specifically focused on younger patients. And finally, we want to get involved in investigating ways how Cochrane reviews are used and how to maximize the dissemination of the results. So we're interested in the knowledge dissemination as well. As mentioned before, we established our group quite recently. That was in the summer of 2019, the end of the summer. So we're still in the process of defining our exact activities. And so far, we will actively set up a journal club in which our members and those interested can actively present their research and receive and give feedback on their research. And we want to make a platform as well in which we encourage active involvement of our group at the annual Cochrane Colloquium. This really was a brief introduction of our group, and if you follow the link on the slide, you can find much more information of the members, of our ideas, and we will actively use this website as a news outlet of our output as well. But most importantly, we would really appreciate hearing your voice about our work. Maybe you are an early career professional yourself, a PhD student or a postdoc or earlier, or maybe you work with early career professionals, and we would really like to explore what do you think we can do better as a community? How can we better involve early career professionals in our work? And what are the priorities of our group that we should focus on? We really want to keep this an open platform, so we encourage everyone to find one of us and actively brainstorm about any of the information that I've just said. As mentioned before, the following slides of our presentation involves the potential ways of contributing to the Cochrane community. We will organize that by several activities in which you could potentially contribute to the Cochrane community, starting by Cochrane Crowd. Secondly, we would like to discuss task exchange, followed by Cochrane Translation and Knowledge Translation, and finally we'll discuss the consumer network.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Sofi Mahmoudi. I'm a dentist in Iran and I'm the vice chair of Early Career Professionals Cochrane Group. I want to talk about Cochrane Crowd in next few slides. Cochrane Crowd has been established to use the power of the Cochrane community in research by organizing available health research papers. There are plenty of papers where we don't know whether there are randomized controlled trials, observational studies, or so on. This can be solved by the community members. Here is the interface of Cochrane Crowd. It shows the title and the abstract and also highlights important words, which help identify the type of study. In the right-hand side, there are three options. It is an RCT or CCT, reject it as an RCT or CCT, or you are not sure. You can also add a note. Before starting to classify studies, you should pass the interactive trainings. These trainings are made up of practice records and commentary. This helps to ensure individual accuracy. Another part of the Cochrane Crowd website is the Learning Zone. In this zone, you can pass some modules that introduce you to some of the key concepts of evidence-informed healthcare. Some examples are treatments can harm, anecdotes are unreliable, expert opinions alone is not enough, and so on. There are lots of fields that you can contribute to. You have options to focus on your areas of interest. So, how Cochrane Crowd could benefit me as a contributor? Well, you undoubtedly is doing something good and very helpful. Besides, you learn a lot. By collecting milestone badges and reach thresholds, you can earn Cochrane membership. And finally, you may be acknowledged in Cochrane reviews. So, open a new tab in your browser and type crowd.cochrane.org. If you have any questions, feel free to send an email to crowd@cochrane.org. Thank you.
In the upcoming slides, I would like to discuss the Task Exchange program, and Emily Steele was so kind to provide this input in the upcoming slides. So the Task Exchange program really comes from a need from the community. And for example, in the case of systematic reviewers, authors of a systematic review, the task exchange might help with questions on or requests on the involvement of statisticians in your review, or the translation, or the screening, or the involvement of consumers. So task exchange is a program where systematic review authors can post requests of a specific type for help on their systematic review. So this also might go the other way around, and not only systematic review authors might use Task Exchange to find help for the systematic review. Task Exchange can also be used by those interested in learning or contributing more to Cochrane reviews. So for example, if a student or someone else is interested in learning more about the statistics of a Cochrane review, or wants to help translating, or wants to expand on the international network, Task Exchange might be used to find projects that you can contribute to. So Task Exchange might be used by both systematic review authors who search for help in their systematic reviews, but also to those who want to contribute to an existing systematic review, to a protocol, to get involved. So to use Task Exchange whenever you're searching for help on your systematic review is very simple. Firstly, you have to log into Task Exchange, create a profile, and post your task, and describe exactly what tasks needs to be completed and the skills needed to do it, including the potential reward and the deadline. Consequently, the users of Task Exchange, well, the helpers, might contact you directly. Or you can also decide to browse through the list of experts. Then it should connect both you as a systematic review author as the interested helpers with each other, and this should help you in completing your task and finishing your project. So these were the slides about Task Exchange. You can find it on taskexchange.cochrane.org or on social media, or you can also contact the team behind it on taskexchange@cochrane.org. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sarah Tanvir, and I'm a PhD student at University of Maryland, Baltimore. I'm interested in studying pharmacoepidemiology and evidence synthesis. Today I'll be talking to you about translation at Cochrane and the role of volunteers. Our vision is a world of improved health where decisions about health and healthcare are informed by high quality and up-to-date synthesized research evidence. Translating Cochrane reviews is an integral part of this vision. There are 16 local Cochrane groups that manage translations in their language. This includes over 1,000 volunteers. There is also more than 29,000 plain language summaries and abstract translations. Translations are published on the Cochrane Library and at cochrane.org. This shows an example of the different languages in which the Cochrane website can be translated into. The website also contains a drop-down bar at the top right in which you can select from different languages, as well as towards the middle of the page. If you're interested in joining us as a translator, you will first need to complete a test translation and agree to translator terms. There are no specific requirements, and volunteers can choose from which reviews they want to translate. You must need to understand systematic reviews and health topics and be able to produce correct text in your language. The local project manager will be your contact, give support, instructions, and share materials like glossary and a style guide. Experienced editors will review your translation, and if you're good, you may become an editor yourself. There are multiple benefits for translators. The translator's name is shown with a published translation. Regular contributors can become Cochrane members. You can receive certificates or references. Translators get free access to Cochrane Interactive Learning Center, and most translators participate because they want to learn and make Cochrane evidence available in their language. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that this presentation on Cochrane translations was informative.
Hi everyone, I'm Yana. I'm from Cochrane, Chile. I was involved in organising the colloquium this year, which unfortunately was ultimately cancelled. Today I'd like to talk to you about the Knowledge Translation Department in Cochrane, which is with whom we closely worked with in organising the colloquium. The core aim of this department is the use of Cochrane evidence by a great number of stakeholders and really having it out there and be applied for the service of individuals in the context of health. The department has many initiatives, but the one that I have mostly been involved with is of course the colloquium. So we were all set to have an amazing colloquium this year in October, and we were really all very devastated that it could not take place. It's really a credit to the Cochrane Central team in pulling together after the cancellation and organising the virtual colloquium, and especially the Knowledge Translation and People Services departments, another department that was greatly involved in the virtual version. A department is really as good as the people behind it, so I wanted to highlight the work of two wonderful individuals, Mariah, responsible for communication and analytics, and Sabrina, responsible for events and branding. The virtual colloquium involved a lot of work, primarily in salvaging a great deal of material that had been planned, including scientific work such as orals and posters, of which there was a lot. Other initiatives include coordinating and supporting the social media VIPs to ensure that the material really got out there and was seen as widely as possible. I know that this department will be key in our work as early career professionals, and I look forward to seeing what we achieve together. Thanks very much.
I'm Emma Cartwright, and I lead the consumer involvement work within the Early Career Professionals group. Healthcare consumers are made up of a wide range of people, including patients or people with personal experience of a health condition, caregivers and family members, and people who represent or speak on behalf of patients and carers, people like you. Healthcare consumers are important to Cochrane. You are the users of Cochrane evidence and the people we want to benefit from it. We want to support you and hear your voices. When you're ready to try it, we'd love to involve you in producing our evidence. You can play a vitally important role in making sure that evidence addresses important questions and is produced, presented, and made available in a way that's useful when people are making difficult decisions about healthcare. So what is the Cochrane Consumer Network? The Cochrane Consumer Network is a growing community of healthcare consumers, currently over 1,500 strong and from 89 countries. Formed in 1995, the network has a formal role in Cochrane and elects an executive group to oversee its work. 2 consumer members are chosen by the executive to serve on the Cochrane Council. Membership of the network means that you can learn more about health evidence and how you can use it to make health choices, receive monthly news digests that keep you up to date with health evidence and other topics of interest, stand and vote in elections for membership of the Cochrane Consumer Network Executive, take part in a range of Cochrane events at a reduced rate, apply for discretionary help with costs to attend some Cochrane meetings, symposia, or our annual Cochrane conference, the Colloquium. Get involved if you'd like to and help to produce some of Cochrane's evidence in a range of ways. There's something for everyone. So where can I find out about healthcare evidence? To help you find out more, we've created an interactive learning resource, Cochrane Evidence Essentials. Meet Eleni and join her as she learns about evidence-based medicine, clinical trials, systematic reviews, and how to find, understand, and use Cochrane evidence. You can find out more here. How can I get involved? Become a consumer peer reviewer. You can read and comment on systematic reviews and protocols on topics you have experience of in order to make sure that they're relevant, accessible, and sensitive to other consumers like you. You'll find requests for consumer peer reviewers on Task Exchange. You can also support the work of Cochrane review groups and fields. You can also get in touch directly with a Cochrane review group or field in the area of your interest to see if there are opportunities for you to contribute, for example, as a co-author, peer reviewer, or helping to identify important research questions.
Thank you very much for your attention, and I would like to end this presentation by emphasizing once more, if you have any idea on how to better involve early career professionals, or if you have any idea about on what we should focus on, please do not hesitate to contact us. And we're very much looking forward to present our ideas and our output and our activities, the results of the activities in the upcoming years. Thank you once again.